What up, though, YouTube? What's good? What's good? Welcome in, Palace. How you doing? Good evening. Happy Tuesday. I'm just waiting for a few more folks to pull up. This ain't gonna be a long panel discussion either, or I'll try not to be. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button as you enter. I do got to read a couple disclaimers. I probably should have had this stuff already pulled up. Dang. Let me see. Hey, Karen B. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing? Right now, I'm trying to get my disclaimers pulled up. I probably should have had that done already, but today is just more so about a video where I'm going to be sharing a video and discussing Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Tory Lanez just recently got his appeal approved for a new trial date, which would be the 18th of this month. So I want to go over a video that shows pretty much how, in my personal opinion, I think he's innocent. Bear with me, folks. I got to pull up this information first. Okay, so I do want to say copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Another disclaimer, I am not a licensed practicing attorney and cannot give legal advice. Salute, Michelle. Let me go to the chat. My bad. I'm trying to multitask. Salute, Palace. Hey, Karen. Michelle, welcome in. Welcome in. Rashay, how you doing? Welcome in. Don't forget to hit that like button. First, before I even go into this demonstration or discussion about this topic, I'm an unbiased person. I don't favor anyone particular, but I do stand for what's right and what's right and what's wrong and what's wrong. And I'm gonna do a breakdown of both sides pretty much. Today I'm gonna show this video about the new evidence that could possibly pretty much vindicate Tory Lanez. And then tomorrow what I want to do is read his I'm gonna go over the trial transcripts between him and Megan Thee Stallion that was back in 2022, and go over her testimony and what the prosecution and also defense attorney asks. Hey Lucas, welcome in. Appreciate you pulling in, bro. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go over the transcripts with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, and I'm going to go over her testimony. It's going to be the direct examination. I'm going to have one of my fellow writers play Megan Thee Stallion, and I'm going to play the prosecutor, where we're just going to read the transcripts and give you both sides of the perspective, pretty much. And then the other day, I think Friday, I'm going to do the cross-examination, and Saturday, I'm going to do part 2 of the cross-examination. I'm going to have 3 of my fellow writers play Megan Thee Stallion, where they're going to read her portion of the transcripts, and I'm going to play the prosecutor and defense attorney, pretty much doing a direct exam and cross-examination of that trial transcript. And I'm also going to double back and read Tory Lanez's defense attorney's motion that got approved, that pretty much got approved for an appeal hearing, pretty much. By the judge. I'm going to cover that like another day, I believe, Saturday. By the way, also this channel is a safe space. Everybody's entitled to their own personal opinions. I don't allow any bullying, any curse words in the chat. Please appreciate that if you don't mind. And let's try to be friendly to your neighbor. What was I doing? Okay, yeah, I'm about to show this video for you guys. Give me 1 second to get it pulled up. How y'all Tuesday going? Let me know in the chat what y'all up to. The video is about 20 minutes, by the way, folks. But I will pause in between to do a breakdown because I am taking notes of what actually what was said. I think I have 2 videos to show you. One to refresh and one to do a recap and refresh, and then one to show you what's going on now. Is my audio okay? Can you guys put a 1 in the chat if my audio is fine, if you can hear me just well? Kyla says still at work, but I'm listening. Okay, get that check, get that bag. Appreciate you for pulling up while you at work, though. I know how that is. Hope your day is going good. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, ladies. Welcome in, T-Lady. How you doing, sister? Now, again, folks, I'm an unbiased person. I'm going to call it how I see it. I call it spade a spade. I'm going to call it fair as fair. I personally feel like Tory is innocent. He did not shoot her. I've said that since 2022, and I stand on it to this day, 2025. I don't tolerate abuse against women, whether you're black, white, or green. But at the end of the day, fair is fair. And if I don't feel like he did it, I'm just going to roll with that. But I'm going to give you what we're going to cover tomorrow. You're going to see 2 different sides of perspectives, one from a male, one from a female. And that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing all week. Pretty much is the Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion's transcripts. We're going to be reading that. But let me go ahead and play this video for you.
Breaking news. Guys, I cannot believe all of the things that are coming out here today in regards to the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez case. But just as I told you before, we're going to be going over all of it as it comes across my desk. But the more evidence that comes out, the more that this case deserves to be reconsidered, as the evidence is pointing to a different truth. And it's not a truth that involves Tory Lanez being convicted and sent to prison for 10 years. The more information that comes out, it's obvious that there is so many key inconsistencies here, in conjunction with unreliable testimony and missing evidence, and that Tory Lanez has been convicted on a flawed as well as incomplete narrative. Now, you may be seeing a bunch of videos on the internet that might be giving you a little bit of a clip here, a little bit of information here. What I'm going to provide to you guys here today is a complete list of everything from the moment that Megan was interviewed by the police officers to this new evidence, all the way to provide you the inconsistencies in everybody's testimony. If you still have anyone in your life that just simply believes that Tory Lanez is guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt, send them this video and implore them to watch the entirety of this video. Not biased in nature, not subjective in nature, but as objective as what they possibly can, so that they can see all of the information, so that then they can make a decision. Let's get active. Now, the compilation of all of the evidence that I'm receiving is from a website. You'll see this at the top left of the screen. Nevertheless, here goes the table of contents of the information that we're about to go through. Now, the first thing that is important to go through is this assertion that Megan Thee Stallion was shot even to begin with. But you'll see right here, she'll say, I ain't get cut by no glass. But let me tell you why they are saying that. Let's play the clip.
I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that.
Well, here's exactly why they're saying that, because she said it first, but she later changed her story. Now, what's new here is to actually watch her and her demeanor as she talked with them.
Should I zoom in on the video, or is this okay? Because I feel like I should zoom in, because maybe I'm looking at it from a different angle. Rashay said that was my guy into this mess. I felt like she was a real one. This ain't what's up. What you mean, Rashay? Because there's new evidence that came out that he could possibly be innocent because he has a new trial on the 18th of August of this month. But again, I'm going off of evidence. So if anybody is biased as far as this story, I mean, please be mindful that everybody's opinion is different. But I feel like he's innocent, and I'm going to continue to keep playing it. It's going to give you a breakdown as to why.
The cops. Let's go. There she is.
Oh, okay. My bad, Rashay. You said you like Meg until this. Okay. Yeah, I was catching up with the chat. My bad. Yeah, I believe he's innocent as well. Yeah. Cool. All right, but let me get back to the video for you guys. Before I move forward, is this okay? Like the angle, the size of it, or should I zoom in to make it larger before I push play? Yeah, I don't even listen to his music, Rashay, to be honest with you. I listen to like when you hear a song on the radio and you bop to it. That's pretty much it. Like I'll listen to a couple of his singles. I'm not a fan of his. Like I don't even know his album. Didn't even listen to a whole EP. But at the end of the day, fair is fair and wrong is wrong and right is right. So that's what I was speaking on. I'm not a fan of his. I couldn't tell you one Tory Lanez song, to be honest with you. But okay, let me go ahead and play this for you.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I
really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay.
So you heard what she said. I cannot go to jail. I'm gonna keep playing. Hey, what's up, Capricorn? Welcome in. That's the first thing I took note of, is that she made a statement saying I cannot go to jail. I can't have this on my heart.
So how did that happen to you? Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from.
Hey, go get a sheet of stuff.
But I'm not from here, so
Okay.
No, I get what you were saying, Rashay. It was latency in the chat, but because it was saying at first you said you didn't mess with that was your guy or something like that. But no, I get what you're saying. I feel you though. It's all good.
I didn't get shot.
Oh, you did it?
Oh, man. I mean, also.
Well, she says it there.
Yeah.
The evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in this vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told.
And then there's some cash over. Looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay, and then do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself. And getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Well.
It's right down the floor.
Yeah.
Passengers that out of the vehicle, show all their hands. Hold your hands up. Okay? Come on, people passenger with their hands up, hands up. Alright, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back. Keep going, keep going. Hey, stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
Now take a look at the bottle right here. It is obviously busted, and you can see all the liquid of the bottle all around the bottle. You can also see what appears to be footprints as she began to walk backwards. Now, if you take a look at the way that she got out of the car, right? Let's take another look. Now, bottle is broken on the ground right now. She gets out and she steps right on the bottle.
All right, come back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands
And if
up.
you noticed, she's not limping until she steps on the bottle. Watch.
All right,
Hold on. Let's watch this again.
come on, people got to hear with their hands up. Hands up.
I did see her step on the bottle.
You can audibly hear the bottle break
And you can't hear it. Hold on.
or that she stepped on shards.
Did y'all see that though? I literally saw her get out the car and step on the bottle and heard it. But I'm gonna run it back for you guys. Welcome in, Shell, baby. How you doing? Salute. Pay attention to when, like, now, focus in on the left side when she get out the car and she's walking backwards. You're gonna look at her feet and see how she steps on the bottle, and you can kind of hear it.
Hold on. Let's watch this again.
Come on, people got to hear with their hands up. Hands up. All right, come back to the
You
sound
can
of my voice.
audibly hear the bottle break
Come back to the sound of my
or
voice.
that she stepped on shards.
Back.
Now she's super limping.
Hey, stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
It's right there on the floor.
Yeah.
So with some of the officers visibly watching and audibly hearing her step on glass, and with her own admission that she had stepped on glass.
Right here and pause it. So pretty much where we're at right now is this is unreleased ring footage, I believe, of the incident that occurred in July 2020 with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. I didn't see that part, so this is clearly new, but I can clearly see her step back on the bottle and hear it break as well too. But I want to know your thoughts. Let me, if I need to replay it and go back again, I can do that as well. But I clearly seen her walk backwards, and we all see them footprints from on the ground as well too, like that right there. Footprint. This is the bottle right here. All of this is liquid, and this is somebody's phone, I believe. Welcome in, Yakaya. Appreciate you for pulling up. Happy Tuesday. Wow, that's crazy.
That's how it came up to begin with. Now, line number 2. Remember how she was saying that the police officer was being so rude to her within the hospital? Let's listen.
I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police being so rude to me. Well, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking, but I'm still not saying what happened. Shit crazy.
Now, let's watch a snippet of what actually happened at that hospital.
And so what happened was you were just one ball stepping on glass. I looked at my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day.
Now, she says she stepped on glass just the other day.
So you were already hurt when you got into the room. And then at that point, your friends were running down from the hospital.
The next lie, Megan claimed that she was trying to keep all of this off of the internet.
So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet.
Now, that also was a lie. 3 days after the incident, Megan took to Instagram to post this message here on the left about being shot. Day later.
I want to pause it because I'm subscribed to this channel. This dude is laying out all the facts, like in order and everything, in chronological order and everything. He's pointing out all the inconsistencies she had. Full of receipts. Like, I need to know how to do my deep dives like he do, for real. He probably gonna read them because I can't see him like this. Hold on.
She contacted the authorities. About a week or so after that, she made vague public statements in regards to the incident. By the way, Tory was quiet this entire time. Then after that, she did the infamous live stream where you can poke holes through her story like Swiss cheese. Then a month after that, Tory finally said something. And then Tory gave us his side of the story. a month after that. And yet another lie, Megan Thee Stallion in that Gayle King interview said that she never put her hands on anybody, right?
I never put my hands on anybody. I never.
She also said in that national interview that she never slept with Tory as well when asked, and she said no. But that was clearly a lie because we found that out later down the line. But I'm continuing.
Raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to the way that it did.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. Yes. And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance. He started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times.
But the evidence says otherwise. Now, due to guidelines on this platform, I may have to change this to a black and white screen. Nevertheless, eyewitnesses and physical evidence indicate that a physical fight between Megan Pete and Kelsey Harris. Kelsey had open wounds and cuts on her legs that were actively bleeding. No injuries were reported on Tory Lanez. The fight was between the women. Now we starting to heat up. If you guys remember from her infamous live stream that she talked about that there was a witness.
The people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police.
Now that witness goes by the name of Sean Kelly. He testified what he saw.
Wait. No, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
Well, the windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't really they were on my side. The girl opened the door, there was two girls fighting, and then they shot. And she got out of the car and crawled over.
And that's not all he said. He also said that one of the women fired the first few shots while Tory was still in the car. Let's review the testimony. Question. Okay. Did you state, sir, that the shorter gentleman didn't come out of the car until the initial shot fireworks had started? Sean Kelly says, yeah. Question. Excuse me? Sean Kelly says, yes. So when the initial shot or fireworks had started, isn't it true that you stated my client was still in the car? Answer. Yeah, I believe so. The shorter gentleman was in the car. He's repeating it. And then Sean Kelly says, yes. Okay. And did you state that initially?
Yeah, Palace, I remember his testimony a little bit too. I wanted to find the entire trial transcripts from when it happened, but I can only find like Megan's testimony. But I do remember her saying that he was, I do remember the witness saying he was in the car, but Megan said that he was like hanging halfway out of the car or something like that, or something. That was one of another lies that she told. But I'm gonna go ahead and resume.
You saw the two girls fighting. Sean Kelly says I did, yes. Did you state that after you saw the two girls fighting, you saw one of the girls shoot? He says, I believe so. But thereafter, did you say that the shorter guy got involved at that point, trying to take the gun away? Megan's lawyer said, objection. The court overruled that. Overruled means that they want to hear the answer to that question. He repeats it and says, is that what you said? The witness says, yeah. So the witness is saying Tory tried to take the gun away, which was the exact same new written testimony from Kelsey's security guard. This is additional audio of Sean.
And that would explain his fingerprints on the weapon as well too. But his fingerprints was not the only fingerprints on the weapon. So that's why I was feeling like at the end of the day, the jury should not have voted guilty, because you can't be 100% certain that he did if it was multiple people that was touching that weapon. And at the end of the day, it looks as if she had more means, motive, and opportunity to commit that act as well. So, but yeah, let me go ahead.
Kelly explaining exactly what happened. Pay attention.
The doors of the Escalade open, and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger?
Yeah.
And she opens up the car door?
Yeah.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other, and they start fighting.
The two girls.
Yeah, I can see one like feet coming out trying to kick her, and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger.
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand. And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl on the side, her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. The passenger. They get out. They start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes around and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
Then the gun. Then the girl shoots. So she.
And the girl shoots.
Y'all hear that?
The driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above, so. But then the guy gets out again from the back.
Now, surprisingly, or unsurprisingly rather, what Sean Kelly is saying is perfectly corroborated by both security guards in this situation, right? Tory Lanez' bodyguard, and here goes his sworn statement over here towards the left, as well as Kelsey Harris's bodyguard, who was hired for the trial, who overheard Kelsey saying statements such as, "How can I not tell on myself? And how am I protected if I tell certain things?" So it's a lot more clear why she wanted immunity. Together, the statements of Smith, James, and Kelly paint a consistent picture. Two women were fighting. A woman fired the gun. Tory tried to de-escalate the situation. Now let's take another look to re-examine Kelsey's testimony throughout all of this, which has been inconsistent to say the least. Kelsey Harris initially told prosecutors that she witnessed the shooting, but later recanted on the stand, admitting that she lied under pressure. Her Fifth Amendment plea and contradictions compelled the prosecution to introduce her prior statements in full, highlighting their unreliability. Her credibility was compromised, raising reasonable doubt. You can see here in image 14, "I can't tell you the time, but yes, July 12, 2020. Question, and you saw what happened during the shooting, didn't you?" Answer, I mean, again, no. The way I was positioned, honestly, no. Okay, in September, where you interviewed with us, it was not a blur, correct? Again, I said things to protect myself that night. Question, okay, well, you said, answer, that day. Question, you said it's a blur. You're trying to protect yourself, but you're telling us that you didn't see anything or you didn't hear anything. It's a blur. Is that right? Answer, I didn't see anything. So again, when I spoke with you, I said a few different things. Question, did you shoot Tory? Or excuse me, did you shoot Megan? Answer, no. Who shot Megan? Answer, again, I was getting out of the car. All I heard was shots I did not actually see. Question, did you tell us that when you looked at maybe the second or third gunshot, that's when you see Tory and he's in the front seat and he must have jumped over into the front seat and he's leaning over the door over the window? Do you remember telling us that? Answer, again, our interview was not 100% truthful. Now we're going to switch gears here slightly and speak about, did Tory...
Yeah, it's a lot of lies in that. Let me look at the chat. Hey, Yolanda, welcome, man. Appreciate you. Celeste said, now Megan's, hold on. Now Megan's stylist, EJ, was with them. I'm not sure he was at the scene, but I would want to hear what he has to say about this. Yeah, I remember his testimony. His testimony was good from what I read. He wasn't there at the actual incident, but he gave the entire history of their relationship, and yeah, he can pretty much paint put a lot of pieces to the puzzle together. But yeah, her statement, her plea, and I remember her taking the fifth. It just pretty much means that she's holding back something. That's all that pretty much says. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue.
Even touch the firearm at all. All right. A forensic expert testified that 90% of DNA on the weapon belonged to an unknown male, not Tory Lanez. His DNA was not found on the magazine. Software used for analysis had documented instability and potential for false matches. An expert testified that if Tory had fired the gun 5 times, his DNA would be expected on the weapon, but it wasn't found. Female DNA was found on the gun.
Wow.
Kelsey tested positive for GSR, but her DNA was never tested again on the gun. All right. Tory Lanez's DNA was not on the magazine and only 0.01% on the.
If she tested positive for GSR, she would have had to have touched the gun in some type of shape, way, or form, I believe. That's just my personal opinion. But they didn't go that far, but I wonder why. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, I said it.
The firearm. This is an incredibly small amount, equivalent to picking up a blade of glass from a football field. I'm going to pause it right here. You guys can read all of these sworn testimonies and cross-reference to what it is that I just said. But remember how Megan described it.
In the car, shooting from the car, Megan.
He is standing up over the window. Shooting.
So not only were the bullets never found, but then also they didn't find DNA on the firearm itself. We have sworn testimonies, spoken and written accounts from different people that say that a female fired the firearm. Yet we still have people that believe her story beyond a reasonable doubt.
And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, "Dance."
That was a lie as well. Now, both Sean Kelly and Kelsey testified that they did not hear Tory make that statement. And here goes the 2 testimonies right here.
I get to the hospital. The doctors do X-rays on my feet. Oh, ma'am, you got bullets in your feet. Got bullet fragments in your other foot. I'm thinking the doctors is the police, so I'm still trying not to tell them. I'm like, no.
But I don't recall if you go back to the hospital scene, I don't recall them mentioning anything about bullets. They asked her what happened to your foot, and you told them the other day you cut your foot as well. But I'm gonna continue on. More inconsistencies, right?
I didn't know I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that.
You thought the doctors were the police, Megan? You talking about these doctors right here? By the way, none of these doctors were called in to testify in court. The first doctor, Dr. Anthony Lafredo, described the injury as a laceration from broken glass. There was no mention of gunshot wounds, fragments, or ballistic trauma. He also described Megan as pleasant and no acute distress. Interesting. Moving on to the right, Dr. Milton Little diagnosed bilateral gunshot wounds based on imaging. He removed 3 small fragments under general anesthesia and called wounds superficial, yet performed surgery anyway. Claims fragments were bagged and given to police. Now, when it comes to what these fragments were, we did also watch her step on glass. Remember that? But yet the fragments just seemed to poof, disappear, huh? Now enter the plastic surgeon, Dr. Anna Howell, described wounds as superficial and cleanly closed. X-rays showed no fractures, minimal residual shrapnel. Dr. Howell treated for cellulitis infection, discharged without mention of ballistic trauma. Of these doctors, one of which she thought these were police officers, the police, as she said, only one said gunshot. Now, in regards to these fragments that went missing, at preliminary hearings, detectives stated.
So you got 3. Wow. You got 3 medical professionals that pretty much debunk what she's saying or claiming as far as gunshot residue or gunshot wounds to her foot. They were all pretty much deeming it as a glass fragment. Not 1, not 2, but 3 doctors that testified to that. And there were no bullet fragments. I mean, they were looking for that. That was missing. But okay.
Bullet fragments were missing. Prosecutors later claimed that the LAPD had them an inconsistency suggesting evidence mismanagement or miscommunication. Prosecutors claim that the LAPD still has the bullet fragments allegedly removed from Megan's foot. Yet during the preliminary hearing, Detective Ryan Stogner stated that the fragments were missing. If LAPD had the fragments, why did the lead investigator testify in this manner? The chain of custody comes into question with a clear error. This casts doubt on the integrity and the completeness of the evidence. Now, there's additional pieces that this website goes over, such as Tory Lanez expressing concern over Megan before the arrest and then while he was also in police custody, as well as some of the medical inconsistencies that Megan claimed. Again, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description box down below if you want to check out the website yourself. But at this point in the content, you know, I wanted to pass the question off to everyone in here. Hopefully you guys are still with me right now. I want to be able to lay out all of the evidence that we have at this particular junction so that you can be the judge. You can look at it yourself. Now, within all of this, the question really remains around, is there enough evidence here to convict Tory Lanez, and that there's not something else, perhaps media driven? Because to be convicted of all of these years in prison, there should be evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. So my question to you is that looking at all of this, is there not reasonable doubt? You have multiple people claiming that Tory did not shoot. Eyewitness testimony, not hearsay, not he said, she said. You now have new surveillance footage of the shots being wrung out. You don't have the bullets. The firearm was never brought into the courtroom. There's just so much here that I think leads to him being pardoned and perhaps a retrial. All right. Hashtag free Tory Lanez, baby. Guys, drop me your comments below. Again, I want to know what you think about this. And if we get enough comments, I'll go live and we'll discuss it. All right. Until next time, you two. Peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do?
So that's the end of that.
That's the end of the video. I'm convinced. I mean, I said that before, but what I do. But yeah, that was pretty much what I wanted to show, to discuss pretty much, to give you the background of what it will be for tomorrow. But you got eyewitness testimony, you got new footage, no bullets. You got 3 medical professionals that testified that there was no bullet wounds or gunshot wounds. It's all due to glass. There was a lot of reasonable doubt. I don't see how that jury voted guilty to begin with, because there was a lot of reasonable doubt. Multiple fingerprints on the weapon, including eyewitness testimonies testifying that the female was the actual shooter and not the male. And he only has, I guess, he tried to defuse it, which is why his fingerprints was on the weapon. Capricorn says that's crazy work. Yeah, it is. And I said it, like I'm breaking it down. I'm trying to see what's going on. Like, I feel like he's innocent, and I'm gonna stand on that, you know. But tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have one of my fellow riders from my Discord I'm going to read the transcripts from the actual trial that happened back in 2022 between Tory and Meg. And I'm going to go over her testimony and pretty much play the prosecutor and the defense attorney and pretty much have them play Meg and read the transcripts, just so that you guys can get perspectives from both sides and not just one side. Because again, I'm an unbiased person, but once you read these documents, I've already read most of them, it's going to pretty much highlight his innocence and her lying and her guilt. But yeah. I did, Yakaya. I saw it about the 2-year-old that got ran over. I think I saw it was a 3-minute clip that I saw on Fox 2. It's sad to hear. It's sad. I'm gonna try to find out more about it, because it wasn't that much. It was like 2 to 3 minutes, but I did see that story, and I'm gonna get more information about it. even though she has immunity, can she be civilly sued? You're speaking about Kelsey or Meg Capricorn? I believe Kelsey. But I believe so. But it would be kind of hard only because they didn't prove the criminal case part. But her pleading the fifth, that pretty much, her pleading the fifth pretty much is pretty much incriminating. Just waiting for you. Yeah, I'm gonna get more information about it. A lot of stories, a lot of content creators can't really go off of much unless like the videos got like at least 10 minutes or more. If it's like less than that, they pretty much kind of like an article as well, in addition to the video, will kind of like give you more content to go off of. But that's why I said I'm gonna look into it to get more information, because that video is not enough. It's not long enough for me to do enough content. So that's why I would have to use that and some articles to go along with it. Detroit is my city, yeah. Michigan, yep. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna be back tomorrow to do the direct examination and the Tory Lanez versus Megan Thee Stallion transcripts. That's gonna be tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, I just want to say peace. Thanks for pulling up. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. But until then, peace. I'm out.